Hello, guys, and welcome to our last Bless the Hearts review. The season finale is titled Betty's Birthday, and this is a, a kind of a kind of a mystery like episode. It's told through a combination of flashbacks and back to the present day. So a lot of this episode it's kind of jumping forward, kind of like the two Megalo Memories episodes where it jumps back from the present, from the past to the present, and then back and such. And this one has the Harts get arrested and they're interrogated by some detectives, and they don't want to tell them anything, but they end up kind of telling them. Well, I mean, they don't want to tell them everything, but they're able to tell what they recall. So in the beginning, you have this detective who's interrogating Jenny, Wayne, and Violet on how old is Betty, and then they can't give up that answer, so he thinks they're like a crime syndicate because they're lying on purpose. But the real reason is revealed later, that they actually don't know, because Betty has never actually told them her age. I actually thought that was a pretty funny opener, to be honest. And then later it has Jenny and Violet trying to figure out Betty's birthday, simply because in the beginning, when Jenny goes back, or Violet then tells the detective her side of the story, and they want to celebrate Betty's birthday, but then they don't know how old she is. And when Jenny even tries to ask Jesus, even he doesn't know. So this gets them suspicious, and they kind of do like they kind of like try to draw hints and draw like a huge map to like, oh, figure out how old she is based on things she does. But it doesn't all that quite work out. And then Travis gets a free RV from a criminal, so then he can hide the evidence, and that's how Wayne and the family get to go on a trip so they can figure out Betty's age. And then Wayne gets allergies. There's a poisonous snake in the RV. There's honestly a lot of things going on in this episode, and not in a bad way, because it makes the episode feel a little fast-paced, but then there's a lot of things going on, but personally I found them rather entertaining, and not like, oh, it's all over the place, but nothing is not funny. I love the part where the poisonous snake ends up in the RV, and then they just have a bunch of coincidences where Wayne ends up, they end up killing the snake, dumping the body in the dumpster, and then they're or something. Oh yeah, I think, and they dump the body in the dumpster, and the security footage thinks that they murdered somebody, and then just because they went to Costco to get Wayne some pills for his allergies, they think they're dealing meth. It's kind of like a coincidence thing, where yeah, sure, they're a little exaggerated, but at the same time, I'm sure this could happen in real life. And Betty also has a fake ID. And it's a younger Hispanic woman who's also called Betty Hart, who's 38 years old. And she was born on June 20th, 1983, which was exactly 38 years prior to when this episode aired. So I actually really like that coincidence, even though this is the final episode and not a lot of people watched it, unfortunately. And then it turns out that when Betty ends up going through there, like finding out that this trip was based just to get how old she is, she gets upset at them, and then she doesn't tell them until they're on the beach late at night, and they're all just sitting there, and she tells them that she's 53, and the reason why she doesn't tell the Harts, which I thought was rather sweet, was that her mother died at 53, and she asked her family to let her be 38 because it makes her feel better. You know, her mother died at 53, so she doesn't want to celebrate her birthday because this means she's getting older and older.
I'm 53.
What?
Since y'all were so hell-bent on getting the number, I'm 53. You happy?
Just 53?
Oh, we just thought it was a bigger birthday.
53 is how old my mother was when she passed. So, yeah, it's a big one. That's why I didn't want to celebrate this year. And if you cared about me at all, you'd let me be whatever age I want.
It's something that people don't like to celebrate because, yeah, sure, when you're a kid and you get older and, okay, I'm now 16, I can drive a car. Oh, I'm now 18, uh, I'm a legal adult, or I can enroll in the military. So someone might say, oh, I'm 21, I can now drink. I'm 25, oh, I can rent a car. I'm 65. Well, I mean, I guess 65 is not something to be super proud of, but like pretty much anything other than 25, I feel like people don't look forward to aging. So I can understand why Betty doesn't want to celebrate her birthday, and then later when the family, now they go back to the present day, and they tell the police that she's 38. Betty's actually impressed that her family stuck up to her, and I thought that was pretty nice too. And all these suspicious incidents eventually, yes, of course, get them arrested as shown back in the flashback, and then Travis gets them out, and then Wayne and the Hart ladies then go back to the beach for a special end credit sequence, which I thought was nice because they were able to kind of work. They were only given a minute or so to fix because the network didn't allow them to go an extra few minutes, which I would have preferred, obviously, but dumb corporate rules and corporate greed and executive meddling and all this stuff. I honestly can't stand a lot of executive meddling. I mean, executive meddling is fine, but I mean, like, that's like only if creators are like doing things that are like legitimately terrible. So I'll give you a good example. In Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon, the network restricted. Okay, maybe not Ren and Stimpy adult party, but in regular Ren and Stimpy, Nickelodeon restricted what John K could do because, as shown in Ren and Stimpy adult party, when he didn't have any restrictions, the show turned to total shit. I mean, Ren and Stimpy wasn't, in my opinion, isn't even that good of a show to begin with. It was fine. But like Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon is not to be watched, period. And yeah, that's when I say executive meddling is good. But something as harmless as, giving them an extra few minutes, making the Mayor Webb change his voice, eliminating Randy from all the episodes just because they don't like him, like, seriously, I thought these were all dumb executive meddling decisions from the network, and I seriously was pretty upset when I found out about that. So yeah, I'm still pretty upset. But overall, I thought Betty's birthday was a good episode. It's definitely not my favorite of the season for sure. I think I'm still debating what my favorite episode of the season is. It might be Megalo Memories Part 2. It could be the dog turning candidate. There's a lot that I really liked. I think the worst list will be easier for me to pick, honestly. But the best, I probably need to work a little bit on it. So stay tuned for when that video comes out. But overall, this episode was a great closure to the series, even though it wasn't planned to. Then they somehow kind of made it work because the family's all together, and I actually. And I like this episode because it was, it was a little bit different from what the Harts typically do. A lot of the episodes in this show tend to be more sitcom-y, but this one actually was different, and I appreciate that because it's nice to end on a pretty good note.
And if the smell gets too much, we always have these.
Where did you get a gas mask?
Wait, what do you mean? It's my gas mask. You guys didn't bring yours?
Why do you even own a gas mask?
Because the world is a tinderbox that could blow up at any second? So we all have gas masks?
I think the show deserved better, and I'm still pushing for Hulu to pick the show up. Because why would anyone want to watch Crossing Swords over this? That's seriously just my question. I seriously am like, why? Because, yeah, sure, that show has the better art style, yeah, but its writing is total crap. Maybe sure it's just my opinion, but it's pretty obvious to tell with adult animation changing. We're kind of moving away from those shows like Crossing Swords and Robot Chicken, and more to shows like, Bob's Burgers and I guess okay, maybe not Sim, but definitely Bob's Burgers. We're moving away from shows like Family Guy and Robot Chicken, and more to shows like Bob's Burgers. So, and I thought Blessed Hearts was kind of more like Bob's Burgers, definitely more than Robot Chicken. It was definitely a decent modern day King of the Hill. Obviously, I think King of the Hill is better, but I thought this was an enjoyable show in its own right. So, again, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.